Now, precisely and briefly, why do we need career guidance? One is to have a rewarding career. To have a rewarding what? So that you get all the benefits from that what? Career. For instance, being a doctor, being a lawyer, being a teacher, you need to get that reward. So that you can do what you want to do. You can have what you want to have, and you can do what you want to do, to be in that profession. Is it okay? The reason we are sharing all this. Number two is to have a hopeful vision of the future. To think about the future and to reflect constantly. That's where we began from. That always reflect on where you want to be, what you want to do, and what you're going to have. Is it okay? So that you have a vision for the future. A vision for the future. Where will you be? What will you do? Which skills shall you have? And what will you have? Where will you stay? What is your career plan? What is your education plan? These are things you should discuss regularly. And you should always stand alone somewhere and reflect on them. Is it okay? Number three, experience the world of work. So that you know what takes place in the workplace. Like I'm telling you, that there is a personality for what? For a teacher. So if you want to be a teacher, start practicing being a what? A teacher. For instance, become a good discussant. Become a good presenter. If you want to be a lawyer, a good lawyer must have three main attributes. Must be a very good speaker. Is it okay? Must be a very good listener. He must be a very good writer. Now, you who want to be a lawyer, are you one? Are you one? Are you training yourself to be one? I started training myself to be a speaker in my P7 in Mengo Primary School. I was always debating. I was always reading the news. I'm now an eloquent what? Speaker. An eloquent speaker. One who speaks and everybody says, yes, that is the man. Now between you and me, who will go to heaven? Me who mastered the art of speaking and you is gambling. So you need to have that experience the world of what? Start practicing whom you will be. If you want to be a doctor, put on that gown if you have it. Start having a passion. When you see a sick person, is it okay? Start practicing. Say, you want water, what should I do? You have a parent, that kind of thing. You should have passion for what you are going to be. Is it okay? When I'm speaking, I don't get to let people speak. Now, number four, the reasons why we are having this kind of guidance is to recognize the link between the world of work and education. Because it's not about having knowledge. A total quality person must have four attributes. Four. A total quality what? Person must have four attributes. You still remember them? The first one is having what? Knowledge. You must have knowledge. For instance, having a degree. That is knowledge, isn't it? So you should strive to get a what? A degree. Number two, you should have information. You should have an informed what? Mind. Inform the mind. Information on about your career and about everything. You should have information. There are many people with good degrees, but they lack what? Information. They don't know what to do with those degrees. So a total qualified person must have knowledge. Number two, must have an informed what? Mind. Look for information. Listen to radios. Listen to elders. Read the newspapers. Go and read the novels. Go and read any magazine. Read everything that is to do what? To read. And listen to everybody. There is that person who is always talking. Now, number three, a total quality person must have a skilled hand. A skilled what? Hand. Meaning, you must have a skill to do what? To sell. It could be cookery. Is it okay? It could be bakery. Is it okay? It could be speaking. It could be football. It could be netball. Is it okay? It could be volleyball. It could be hair styling. Is it okay? It could be sales skill, but you must have a skill and kindness. Start looking for that skill, say. And the best way to do it is to discover your talent. Is to discover your We said everybody in this world was born with the what? With the talent. It is that talent you turn into a what? A skill through training, through coaching. Is it okay? Through role modeling, through mentoring, through practice, through repetition. You must do that. If you want to turn your talent into a what? A skill. You must do that. If you have that, and I know many of you have talent, but you have ignored them. Is it okay? It could be football, it could be netball, it could be volleyball, it could be the art of speaking. You can practice that speaking skill through debates, discussions, seminars, and you become an authority. Because you must do it now. Is it okay? Because when you go for holidays or when after school, you don't have the time, you'll be looking for money. And the moment you look for money all the time, you ignore the skill. You never develop a skill when you're looking for what? For money. And that's why many people go wrong. They put a lot of emphasis in looking for money and they ignore the what? The skill. I trained myself. I discovered my purpose. That I'm supposed to change community, to change society. And I'm a darling of everybody. I'm telling you, I'm an authority when I speak. If I speak to you and you don't get converted, or you don't become born again, that means the devil took you over. Now, so go and train. Ronaldo has a talent for football, isn't it? But he trains hardest in the world. Why? I'm only a good speaker, but every day I practice speaking so that I become an authority, a better authority. What do you practice? You're always complaining about food, about what, about the school, about your man, about your wife. You ignore the skill, and the skill is there because somebody with that height must have a skill. No, I'm being sincere. It could be volleyball, isn't it? It could be football. But you cannot see a very long person this way and you don't have a what? Go and play for practice volleyball, basketball, table tennis. This is it, by the way. This is it. I'm telling you. But don't go and start practicing riding the border. That is not a skill. It is just a way of what? Living. And there's a big distinction between making a living and making a fortune. There's a distinction between making a what? Many of the people who are struggling, they are just making a what? A living, but they're not making a what? A fortune. And I want you to train you people to make a what? A fortune. I want you to become my disciples so that we can make a what? Together. Now, when you have that talent, please turn it into a what? A skill. Now that skill is what you turn into a what? A competence. When you go to look for a job, they'll ask you, what are your competences? Then you say, I did history. The great question of the day will be solved by majority. Votes are resolution so what? But by blood and what? Iron. The criminal goes. Is that a skill? That is just knowledge. That is what. Go and get a skill to serve. It could be bakery, it could be cookery, it could be volleyball, it could be netball, it could be speaking, it could be listening, it could be what? You must have it could be a passion. Those are all skills you can develop. When you go for work, they ask you, what are your competencies? Then you say, I did it. Yes. These are skills you should work on. Is it okay? Before you always go do this kind of work on those skills you have, you see a difference in your what? In your life. Now, the fourth thing, apart from knowledge, apart from information, apart from a skilled hand, is to have a regenerated heart. Regenerated what? Heart. Even if you have all this is paramount. That is a heart with a good character, behavior. It's a heart with good personality, honesty, sincerity, humility, respect. That is the heart with good values. That is a heart with self-discipline. That is a heart with self-control. Is it okay? That is a heart with a positive attitude. That whatever you see, you pick the positive out of it. There is nothing that will ever happen to you that has no positive element. It's not there. Even when your mother dies, there's some positivity in that one. Ask me what? You'll mature very fast. Now, so you need to recognize that link between the world of work and education. Which knowledge do you possess? Which knowledge do you possess? Now, the other one, make sure you know that post-secondary education is required in many occupations. Post-secondary, is it okay? That's going for a degree. It's needed in very many occupations. Occupation simply means something that will occupy you. That will be your occupation. Career, that is the sense of jobs you'll be doing. For instance, I was a teacher. Now I'm a teacher. Now, the other one, career guidance is also aimed at changing the way you work and study. I only imagine that after this, you have a better view about that course you intend to do what? To do. Because I'll tell you that a good career choice depends on the people around you, on the environment, on your character, on your personality, on your ability. Don't choose something when you are not able to do it. Is it okay? You want to become a doctor. But you remember you go to throw your chemistry. You got -3 in biology, you remember? Now why are you doing that chemistry? You got -2 in history. And he said, I want to become a lawyer. It's not about wanting, it's about taking an action. Is it okay? The things we do and share, it's not about wanting, everybody wants. But can you afford? Can you manage? Can you be that person? Can you sacrifice? Can you pay the price to become one? Then the other, career guidance is also important because it makes you become creative and team-oriented. You look for those people who are doing that thing. Is it okay? Make friendship with them so that they tell you how they do it. How do people pass mathematics and you fail it? How do they pass history and you fail it? You must. As a matter of course and necessity, you must. Is it okay? Then it's also aimed at making students become competitors in global markets.